It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Baltimore Ravens. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now it's Jackson. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know it's so difficult for every defense to have to prepare for Lamar Jackson?
And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing. But to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away in the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position. And to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. Shifts by at the 15. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. And now the Raven defense is going to call a timeout. Just their 1st in this half. We'll step aside and come right back.
Let's go now. 10 cycles.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on 3rd. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. In motion, Hill. Tua on 4th down. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Tyreek Hill. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Dolphins are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. So really a nice drive there for the first points of the game.
And how about the fact that it was a run by the wide receiver that got him into the end zone, Brandon? You know, these guys, we know they're not afraid to open up the playbook, and they showed it to us right there on the first drive.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Play action. It's Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Jackson on first down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Flushed out right. And that's going to be caught. It's James Prochet. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
Jackson now. He'll buy some time right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Ravens are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Tucker with the extra point. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
4 minutes to play here in quarter number 2. To throw on 2nd and 10. Tua. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing now is Tagovailoa.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Ravens will take over possession here up at the 44.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
To throw again on 2nd down, Jackson.
And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. They'll run it here on the jet sweep. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. They go play action now. Jackson. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Ravens have taken the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's a wobbler, and it's intercepted. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's a tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11.
From the gun, it's Tua.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Tua sets up to pass it.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off by Marcus Williams.
And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Jackson.
That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A gain of 28 yards there and give him the first down. Here's Jackson to throw. Steps away. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, Jackson got his tight end. That's complete. It's Andrews. And they're able to stop him short. On 3rd and 6, they'll only pick up 4. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Touchdown!
Lamar Jackson hooking up with Mark Andrews. And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Jackson here is going to look to throw. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Tua.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play. But he could not pull it in.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. 1 more good rep, and they get off the field.
And going deep for Hill. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game, and maybe...
He's got a man, complete! And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there, and give him a first down.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47.
A run with Mostert up the middle.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
To his throw, caught by his receiver, Hill. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 28. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. 2 and now on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Patrick Queen able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Tua, a quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Ravens are going to take over here at their own line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them, because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead. You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one good for 26 and a first down. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The sack there by Bradley Chubb. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He's going to take another shot here.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive.
And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10.
Sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
Yeah, this defense as a whole has really been flying to the football all game long. They have not allowed too much of anything, and here's another example. A great play there to get in and disrupt it before it could get going.
Well, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
So that now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder if he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Oh, I like where you're going with that maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination of all of those things. In any event, he's got to get it figured out and in a hurry.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe.
And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, at the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We got 2, do I hear 3? Remember, if it's 2 in a row, we'll be hit 3 in a row because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
Out of his end zone, Bridgewater. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Bridgewater. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the... On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Well, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Marcus Williams.
And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces. You can see it.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Eric Rowe.
And the Dolphins are right back in this football game.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores.
And going deep for Hill.
On Bridgewater, intercepted for the 3rd time.
Picked off by Marcus Williams. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And there was a good opportunity to just went a ride there, a drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the Dolphins are right back in this football game. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
And teams have a tough time running the ball as this one has throughout this game. It's so easy to just say, forget it, let's throw the football. But that's exactly why you stay with the running game. Eventually, you stick with it, you make some adjustments, you often find ways to run the ball better as the game goes on.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll fake the handoff. Now Hill. And incomplete here. So a little razzle-dazzle on that one. But they couldn't hook up, and it's 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This time it's 3rd and 3. Throwing is Bridgewater.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson.
And he will have a Dolphins 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
From the red zone now, Bridgewater under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. To try again after the sack, Bridgewater. It's brought in by Wilson. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
Here's Mostert.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
3rd and goal for Bridgewater.
Getting this out to the flat, Mostert.
A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
That's another example of playing football isn't strictly being physical. You've got to think as well. Nice job reading his keys by the linebacker and going out in the open space when they dump.
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They motion the running back out left. Bridgewater, and he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So still a chance with just over 20 seconds to go, but they need to get this one back, no doubt. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go, Tim.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Now Bridgewater. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Here's Bridgewater. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens have just about sewn up this football game. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. They have the lead, still a one-possession game, but the defense got to stop. They've got the football now, just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Like all great games, it came down to the final snap, Charles.